Hello everyone. Today's subject is general mathematics and the topic is about simple interest. Buckle up, sit down and relax as I'm going to teach you about these lessons. But first, let's begin with the definition of term. Interest, amount paid or earned for the use of money. Principal or present value, amount of money borrowed or invested on the origin date. Rate of interest, annual rate in percents charged by the lender or rate of increase from an investment. Future value, amount after 10 years that the lender received from borrower on the maturity date. Lender or creditor, persons or institution who invest the money or make the funds available. Borrower or debtors, person or institution who owes the money on avails of the funds from lenders. Origin date, a date which money is received by the borrower. Now let us proceed with the formula. Now let's begin with IS equals PRT. This formula is for simple interest. F equals PIS or F equals P plus PRT or F equals P quantity 1 plus RT. Those formula is future value. Today I'm going to answer this and all you have to do is watch and learn. Now let's start with the first numbers. As you can see earlier, the only missing thing in number 1 is both simple interest and future value. To get the answer, but first let's begin with givens. The givens is P equals 60,000 pesos, R equals 5% or 0.5, T equals 10 years. Both IS and F or simple interest and future value are unknown as mentioned earlier. And now let's move on to the solution. Now let's begin with the formula of simple interest, which is IS equals PRT. And then put 60,000, which is principals, and then put 0.05, which is rate, and then put 10, which is a time. And all you have to do is multiply all of it, which means 60,000 times 0.05 and then times 10. And you'll get the answer. And that answer is IS equals 30,000 pesos. And for another solution, let's also begin with formula of future value, and which is F equals P plus IS. And then put 60,000, which is principal, and then plus, and then 30,000, which is simple interest. To get the answer is almost pretty simple. It's almost simple as answering 1 plus 1. And since you know what the answer, since 1 plus 1 is equal to, and then let's apply that here. 60,000 plus 30,000 is equal to 90. It's almost simple as answering 6 plus 3, which is also 9. And since we got the answer, and that answer is F equals 90 pesos. Since we got the answer, therefore, the answer for missing number in simple interest is 30,000, while future value is 90,000. Now let's move on to number 2. The givens are P equals unknown, R equals 10% or 0.010, T equals 5 years, IS equals 2000, and future value is also unknown. And the solution, let's begin with the formula of simple interest, which is IS equals PRT. And then put 2000 as IS equals P, and then put 0.010 as rate, and then put 5 as T. On the right side, all you have to do is multiply 0.010 by 5 and you'll get 0.05 and then multiply it by 0.05 on both sides and then cancel both 0.05 on the right side and then 2000 will be divided by 0.05. The answer is 40,000 pesos equals principal. And for another solution, let's also start with formula of future value, which is F equals P plus IS. And then put 40,000 as P plus 2000 as IS. And the answer is F equals 42,000. Since we got the answer, therefore, the answer for missing number in principles is 40,000 pesos, while future value is 42,000 pesos. Now let's move on to the last number, which is number 3. The givens are P equals 2000, R equals unknown, T equals 7 years, IS equals also unknown, F equals 300,000. And now the solution. Let's begin with formula of future value. F equals P plus IS. And then put 300,000 as future value equals 200,000 as principals and plus IS since IS is unknown. In order to get IS, we need to subtract the future value and the principals. And the answer is 100,000 equals IS. So, and another for another solution, let's also start with again formula. And this one is formula of again simple interest. And then put 100,000 as IS equals and then put 200,000 as principals and then put R since R is unknown then put it just R and then put 7 as T. And this one, let's also begin on the right side with 200,000 times 7. And the answer is 1,400,000. And then multiply it by 1,400,000 on both sides. And then cancel both 1,400,000 on the right side. And then 100,000 will be divided by 1,400,000. And you'll get the answer. And that answer is 0.02. And then times it by 100 and you'll get the real answer. The real answer is 7.2%. Since we got the answer, therefore the missing numbers in rates is 7.2%, while simple interest is 100,000 pesos. And that's all for today's video, and thank you for watching.